Hello, welcome to another episode of Daggers Chat. My name is Sam. I'm joined as always by Jack, Pato, and Heath. Hello, boys.
Good, mate.
Very good, mate.
So how are we feeling? Big win there against the Crows.
Bit of an easy win, I reckon, in my opinion, apart from the last quarter. But
Yeah, most 48 points wins are pretty easy, you'd say. But obviously 48 points, 17, very similar scoring actually to the North game. I think both teams were 4 points off respectively.
Yeah.
The Blues finishing 17-14, 116 to Adelaide's 10-8, 68. So big 48-point win and we're in the top four.
Top four, baby.
yeah.
How's that feel?
Unreal, mate.
When was the last time we were top four after round 8?
2002.
I'm pretty sure it's 1996.
What?
Yeah.
Nice stats.
Would you agree with that?
I would not know, so
Like in round 8,
trust it.
I don't know. I saw something on TikTok.
You just
but-
made that up,
pretty good.
but that's alright.
What happened in 98?
You said 96.
96.
didn't you?
96.
Nothing happened in 96.
nothing
Nothing
happened.
Oh,
Just
moving on.
Alrighty, we'll go through our predictions. I had us by 60 points, which is looking unders for a bit there, really, but still only got 2 goals off in the end, so we'll take that. And I picked Charlie for 6 goals 2, but he let me down and kicked 6 goals 3. And I also picked him for best on ground, which you could argue between a couple of players, but I'd have him for best on ground personally. What about you, Heath?
Yep, so I picked us by 28 points. Was trying to keep a lid on it. I probably thought we were going to win by more than that, but which we did, which was good. BAG Cripps, I'm going to put him as BAG every week. I think he was again. The amount of score involvements he has, his goal kicking is just enormous, and he's by far the best player in the competition with already 18 Brownlow votes.
Is he the best captain player in the competition?
Yes.
Like beats Gordon or
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Gordon's fantastic though.
Yeah.
But Cripps different.
100%. What about you, mate? What do you got for us?
Blue Bags by 39, and of course Paddy Cripps, Brownlow Cripps for best on ground. And once again on that, with the captain performance, once again it's just his inspiration. I just think that once again, because what I've seen a little bit this year, and I think Kane Collins spoken it on Footy classified last night, but he kind of just said about how the difference of his handballs and kicking, like it's not like he's now kicking a lot of goals and he's kind of being selfish.
No, he's more for the team. I think. He was saying about how Nunes' goal.
Yeah, the handball out.
Because he was getting tagged in the stoppage. 2 blokes go to him. One of them should have been on Nunes. Nunes kicks a goal.
Yeah.
And would you argue that yes, he's playing a bit more? What word you use for it, but he's a bit less for himself. But would you argue that we actually are in better our positioning is a bit better now, so he can actually give the ball if he doesn't have to? And we've just lifted as a team.
More the team. It's more the team.
Yeah, exactly. Where he can actually utilise his teammates now. What do you, mate? What do you got for us?
Yeah, no, I think you pretty much covered it. He's just a ball contest. Not much else to say.
Sort of make your predictions really, but no.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was record. No, you're right. Predictions wise, I was by 24, which was normally a bit outlandish for me, but still a bit off. And then I had H for Bog, but he did the team thing, let Charlie kick all the goals. So he kicked 3.
I thought he was good though, Harry. I thought he was very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
For his opponent, I mean, he's pretty good. Butts is pretty good.
Butts is very good at holding him every contest.
Yeah.
Once again, he probably could have kicked 5, 6.
They caught a couple of them. Yeah,
they were pretty nice to us though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely, but 50-point win.
Yeah.
I'm spending nothing really in the 50-point win, do they?
100%.
As you said, a really powerful performance, which it's hard to disagree with. He wasn't worried about the fourth quarter and trouble off at all. I know Ethan was, but
I think it was more game management. I think it's actually a smart thing. Obviously,
you want to
win. You want to win by 80, but if we win by 48,
exactly.
Blokes are not getting injured in the last quarter, and push themselves too hard. But
well, as I said, it is better to have that drop off. It's not drop off either.
No,
it's a foot off the gas, more to speak. In the fourth,
it was the one quarter we lost.
And our third quarters, which we'll get to in a second, have just improved tenfold. Where into the point where our last quarters, it's irrelevant. Not to an extent like we said in the VFL, the game can turn very quickly. But we're always going to win now after the third quarter, so you can take the foot off the gas a little bit. Don't you reckon, Pat?
Yeah, spot on, mate.
So it's back-to-back convincing wins, 100 points almost over the last 2 weeks. We can argue about the calibre of the teams that are playing, but you still got to get the job done, which we haven't done in the past. So We'll briefly mention Cripper's tackle. There was nothing to worry about there really, but it was just a bit.
Just media trying to get a story.
I think it was one media person in particular too, but that's all right. We'll move on.
Is it worse though because Mitch Cleary is such a big? He's not big, but like now he's working for Channel 7 and he's been with the AFL media. I feel like he did that purely to get a little bit of.
They put a little thing out there and just hope it sort of gets a bit of traction.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
You say it about Patrick Cripps.
He's like, he could be reported for this, but I don't reckon he will be. So what's the point?
What's the point of posting that? Yeah.
He's got nothing else to say again.
We'll move on.
Whilst I'm on Cripper though, I've got some stats for you, right? Want to hear them?
I'm excited.
Alright, here we go. Alright, it's usually not my job, the stats. I'm not really good with numbers. Can't count above 10. But it's his best season. His best season by wins, Cripps, is 7 wins, and he's played in obviously 5 wins this year. Like if you look at the stats here, you get this up. People can see this.
Yep.
Like that is just crazy. 2020, 7 wins. 21, 7 wins. Like 6, 5. There's a couple of 4 and 2s in there. Like that is just ridiculous. And I think he's already on 5. And obviously we've won 6, but he didn't play one of them.
Yep.
So that is crazy as well. He's averaging almost 30 disposals a game with almost 8 clearances and basically 2 goals a game.
Crazy.
And to think that includes, you go?
Yeah, it includes the Gold Coast game where he played like literally 2 minutes of the game. So those stats are even better when you take out that game.
Yes.
It's insane.
And then even there though, he still kicked a goal.
He
still kicked a goal just before he went. Unbelievable.
There's talks about him like being the first player to poll 40 votes, isn't there? Or being one of the...
Yeah, talks about it.
I don't want to put that moz on him.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm putting it out there. He'll get 40 votes.
How many votes is he on?
If he keeps playing like this and kicking goals, like there's a few forward mids that are playing really well.
Yeah. I reckon he's the best of them though.
Oh, mate.
By a country mile, like literally, because like they were talking about like Petrarca, even Bontempelli responding.
Well, David King's top 5 players he does every week. It was Cripps and then 4 Melbourne players. So
yeah,
shows how good Cripps
is. That's the thing with Melbourne, isn't it? Like, they're stars, but they're just a team. That's what you need.
But personally, I think we are a team now. It's good to see.
I think Kennedy as well was another one that's sort of not that calibre of sort as such, but he's.
I just find it funny. We say all this after a win, but then as soon as we lose the game, we're like, oh no, got no structure. We're just
I think we need to tone down after a loss, especially the Freo one. They've lost one game, man. And we versed them over there. They're a very good side.
That's why I didn't get too hyped up after the win. But you got mad at me.
The win for what?
This week, after we won, I wasn't too hyped up about it.
I'm not hyped.
I think that's a great win though.
You got to be content.
You need to look at what it was last year. Like we won by 10 points last year, and then we actually won. But
we were also atrocious last year.
But then very quickly, just on Cripper, how many votes do you think he's on right now?
I'd say 17. I think Charlie gets a 3.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'd say 17.
Yeah.
It's hard not to get 3. I would have thought.
Because he could be on 18. Seriously.
Yeah, he could be. He certainly could be. Yeah.
Because like
he'd be around there anyway.
Exactly.
Arguably, probably an equally good show the other night was the Harry and Charlie show. How good was that? 7 goals, 6 to our 2 big men against North, and then 9 goals, 5 against Crows. Like, if you want to add that up, Speechley, you're pretty good at maths. So that is just
16 goals, 11.
There we go. That's pretty good in 2 weeks of footy. Charles also 609 metres game, which I thought was quite good considering he kicked friggin' 1,000 goals.
Yeah.
So very good performance by 2 forwards. It's good to see them playing together. Like we hadn't seen that much before really this year. So when you think about it, Charlie's only been back for a handful of games.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks boys, not much right there. Alrighty.
Just on that. Sorry, just you wanted to add some stuff. Sorry. Who's the better duo, Cameron Hawkins or Charlie?
Harry.
I still think Cameron Hawkins.
I agree.
Just because, we know their experience. Like Hawkins is leading the comment, and Cameron's like 3rd or 4th. I don't even know, but
literally at the moment.
Curno's second, Harry's 6th.
But
they've only kicked 1 more goal.
I know. I just think that. Yeah, I reckon at this. Literally, I said it on the weekend. I'm like, at the season then, I reckon Harry and Charlie will take over as the best duo in the comp.
I'm saying now.
I'm with you on that.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
A battle that we struggle in with Pito out, we'll go to is the ruck battle.
Yeah.
44 hit-outs between Riley O'Brien and obviously Himmelberg, and then 17 to TDK individually, and a couple shared between Weeders, Cripper, and sauce. So
What was up with Weeders taking it? I don't.
you got 3, I think.
Yeah, but
Weeders
it wasn't
against
fair for him
Jacks,
going to ruck sometimes.
Yeah, no.
Just in terms of, sometimes if another ruckman comes in and he rucks, where's his opponent?
Exactly.
Continue.
So even with that, we beat them in the clearances again. This is a thing we talk about every week. We lose it out to convincingly win the which our midfield was just elite. In the clearances, it was 42-31 with 10 to Cripper, 10 clearances. So that's pretty impressive. 28 of which were stoppages and obviously 14 centre clearances. How good is that?
Very good.
How good is that midfield, Ethan?
It's top 3 in the league in my opinion. Just based on depth, and we don't even have Hewitt playing for Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, for Christ's sake! I think he was leading the clearances in the comp, either top or
close to it.
And he's not playing, and that doesn't look. I know we're versing, the Crom and North, but it's looking good, boys.
Yeah, we've got a speech next. Going back to you, Pablo, just because he looks like that jump out of his seat here. Yep.
What?
You looked a bit pumped up. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, no, but just on that, I think it's just incredible. I think as Ethan was saying about Hewitt not playing, he's one of the best clearance players in the comp. It's just exciting, I think, to add him back. But then who goes out if Hewitt comes back in? Out of that midfield, midfield minutes, not necessarily like selection-wise, but midfield minutes.
I think it'd be. Martin's out, obviously 1 or 2 weeks. So I think. I don't know what Hewitt's deal is. Like, is he back or not? It's too hard to pick. But if he's fit this week, I think bring him in for Martin, and then you almost play Carroll more R4.
That seems to happen a bit this year in terms of when players are coming back. We haven't had to make that. We haven't made selection calls. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The players come back and someone's got out injured, so we haven't had to actually make a tough decision almost. So it's slipped in well, which is it's good in a way. Not good players getting injured.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so touch on a few different facets of the match. I broke it down a little bit. Another thing to break down is the contested battle. So we beat them at contested marks 12-5, so that's over double.
Yeah.
I know that much. With Charles taking 4. Total marks 114-93. 19 contested possessions to the skipper and 12 to Charles. How good is that?
Pretty good.
12 contested touches for a key forward. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Put that together with the box. It was in Meade's game I mentioned earlier. 6 snags.
It's complete performance.
Just shows how much he's such a different forward to Harry and other forwards as well. And I think it's a good thing they complement each other. They're so different. But yeah, it's good.
What's your opinion on maybe a non-issue, but them going off the ground at the same time? Is that
I don't like it. It doesn't make any sense because then we're left with Matty Always as our target up forward.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, so they did do it.
Because they also do it when Sauce is in the ruck.
Yeah.
So and make TDK forward? Or was TDK off as well?
Oh my God.
I don't know why. Maybe that was just like a miscommunication, I don't know. But
it happens too often though.
Yeah.
And you know what happens too often? Blokes kick go and they run off.
Yeah.
What do you run off for?
Yeah.
What do you run? So if there's 2 minutes to go in a game, right, in the grand final, Charlie takes a hanger, kicks a goal to make it 1 point. He's not going to run off.
No, the amount of times it's happened this year where they've kicked a goal, actually stayed on at times, and then kicked another one within a minute or two.
Yeah, well, I think recently they changed the amount of interchanges there were, but there's still enough for blokes to just run off when they're in form. Like, what are you doing? If I was a key forward, I'm staying on.
Yeah.
I saw Charlie went off after when he tried to do I told you boys, a bit of me time. Tried to corral some bloke. Probably wasn't that bad on the boundary. Instead of just pass a handball straight to Matty Always, you seen him run straight off, and I assume copped a little bit of a spray or a few words at least from Vossi, but we don't mind that. I don't mind that.
I'm pretty sure Kerno's got the licence to do
what he wants. Yeah, but also pass.
I know.
I always gave a spray too, right in front. Inside 50s. I don't know if that stat caught your eye, if you've heard about that. That is absolutely crazy. We average touch under 56. We had 74 inside 50s, with obviously 31 resulting in a score. They had 49. So that's 25 discrepancy there. Tied all-time best for us since the stat was recorded.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man.
Not bad, man. Not bad at all. Not bad. It gives your forwards a chance. I mean, we're talking about Harry and Charlie kicking 9 or 10 goals combined. They can't do that without getting it in there a fair bit. So it's crazy, isn't it, mate?
I mean, only 17 goals from 74 inside 50s. Do better, boys. Come on. You should be kicking 50 goals, boys. Come on.
Is he wrong? All right. Inside 50s, 10 to Adam Chera, 7 to Kerno, which that's crazy as well. 7 to Matthew Kennedy and 6 to Cripper. Then we've got Taylor Walker in there for some reason. 6, and then Matty Cottrell, Tommy DeConing, 10.
Cottrell 5, he was only on the
Touching
ground
on
for a
Matty Cottrell.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Comes on, 11 touches, 5 score involvements,
Yeah.
5 inside 50s. That's like, if he just started the whole game, you go, oh, that's a decent game.
Yeah.
Off the
Exactly
wing.
right.
When was he activated?
Half-time.
Half-time.
Pretty good.
And also, just touching on the inside 50s, we had 74 inside 50s, but only 8 tackles inside 450. I don't know if that's because we were, hitting targets inside
Yeah.
50, but
Yeah.
the pressure didn't seem all that good in terms of stats.
Yeah.
Only like 8 tackles when you're having their 74
Who would you
sides.
put that down in? Dirt, like a Durden or something? He's
Well,
sort of like,
Well, I think Durden and Owen only had 1 tackle inside 50 between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like our game on the weekend was based off just that kind of, where you got pressure, but the external pressure makes them kick it out of their back line, just slap kick it out.
Yeah.
There's a few times, how many marks did Tommy DeConning mark about 70 out?
Mm.
yeah.
Like, I reckon, mind you, I know he lost the ruck taps, but geez, he was good.
Mm.
Tommy, I think he beat O'Brien around the ground, in
Yeah.
my opinion. I think that's what TDK can bring.
I think that's his strength,
And I
100%.
think the coaches have worked out how we can utilise him.
Like, we had that ability as well to read the opposition ruck, which is really beneficial.
Like, I think our coaches from last year are a bit reactive
Yeah.
rather than proactive, so
Yeah, right.
that's good.
They were very smart with the ball, I think,
Yeah.
from what I saw. I know you guys, they kick up the middle. I can't remember who it was, Mum and Dockley.
Yeah, I
just
think so.
kicked up. I don't think it resulted in a goal in the end or anything, but
No,
I
they
think,
did.
Oh, did it? Might have been.
I believe so.
They might not have been straight. It might have been a bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah.
Just how good was that?
Yeah.
You
Very
guys
good.
correlate. That was good to see.
Is there a certain word that you want to add there that might be there? It was a little
It was
bit
sexy.
Yeah, it was sexy. It was very
Yeah,
sexy.
it was
Thanks,
good.
Gil.
It was sexy. It was good. Third quarter issues are no longer an issue. They just don't exist anymore. Third quarters.
Yeah.
Big call.
Premiership quarter. That's when the best teams rock up, and rock up we have. Again.
Yeah.
6 snags in the third this week, and then 7 snags last week. That's 13. Quick maths, but that's pretty good.
That's how you fix. But again, like I say, coaches are proactive. We don't wait a month. Last year would be a whole month doing the same thing. Same issues. That was very loud on the written.
Smash the table.
Shaking. But you know what I mean? It's just like last year, from round 1 to round 22, the same problems happened.
Absolutely.
And people say, oh, but it's the players' fault.
Yeah.
And look at the same players we have now. Move on.
Not
Yeah.
the players' fault, then, is it, man?
Yeah.
Whose fault is it?
Yeah, we'll move on. It's a guy who works currently for Richmond, but we'll move on.
That was a dinner's fault. Alright, we'll move on to Palo. Take us through the injury list, mate.
Yeah, mate. So obviously Liam Stocker, I think he will be a massive inclusion, but maybe one more week.
Yeah.
But there's talks maybe of returning this week, maybe, because I did see something on the Carlton page about a certain someone saying that inside talks that he might return, but we know how Carlton play their injuries, so we don't want to risk him too early. So if he's not 100%, don't play him, especially since it's Liam Stocker.
You can say their name, Palo. I don't think that they're watching.
I actually don't know who it was. I actually don't know who it was last. Shout out to whoever I'm talking about. You know who you are. But
Shout out.
but moving on. Callum Marchbank. So obviously he starred in the third quarter, which was very good to see.
He started in all quarters.
Yeah, he's BOG actually, I think.
He was
He's
beyond
top
great.
deep,
Only
best
played, he
on
played 3 quarters of
Three quarters.
20 touches,
Yeah,
3
he
He went
quarters.
off at 3/4 time, and then
We're not going to talk about
Yeah,
what
yeah,
he
fell apart, yeah.
I'll give you something with Marchbank. He'll be playing in 2 weeks for Carlton. He'll be playing in
That's
2
a
weeks for
timeline.
Carlton.
Do we risk
Goes
it?
out.
He'll be playing.
Do we risk
that's
it?
not good enough. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think he should be, to be honest. I don't think he can come back in 2 weeks. I don't think if he puts even 1 more, 2 more VFL games, best you've ever seen, I think he still needs that.
Yeah,
I think a solid month.
Totally
yeah,
agree.
a month in the 2 is.
Jeez,
Totally agree.
Yeah.
If you want selection integrity,
Yeah.
I get that we're rewarding that. But you've got a player coming off a long-term injury. And
Yeah.
a long-term injury. I think they need minimums a month. You'd say. I'm not an expert, but
How many games did Charlie Kerno play in the VFL last year before he came back?
None, did he?
Nah, he played
No,
a
because
couple.
it was COVID. There was no
He must have
VFL.
played a couple.
He
must have
played a couple
couple
scratch
scratch
Yes.
matches, which he maybe 4.
I think,
Four
and
I
that's
think
also
yeah.
circumstantial in the sense
Yeah.
of that you can play what you can. But I think if the VFL's there,
We also played games with Jack Silvani as our main key forward last year. So
yeah. So
we were lacking in the keys.
Wow.
who's on Marchbank? When he comes in, how do you see him fitting in?
Third defender,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And geez, if you have him, Weeders and Young, and they're ball use out of back 50,
Pretty
fuck
good.
me.
Very, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
I rate Marchbank very highly,
Mm.
like extremely highly when he's fit.
Yeah.
been a
Scary
while.
times.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
times.
Who else we got?
But we'll move on. So Jack Martin, obviously from the game last week, this is the reason he was subbed off. 2 weeks.
What actually was the injury? I didn't see it.
Achilles, isn't it?
Yeah.
He got kicked in the Achilles,
Yeah.
I got told, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he got kicked.
I just got told, I haven't seen it, like hit or whatever at least.
Yeah. Because I was obviously I didn't go to the game because it was Mother's Day, but I wasn't because on the TV they didn't actually explain.
Didn't you go?
Nah, I didn't go.
Oh,
unfortunately.
I thought you
I went to the Bubble Security game. I surprised the mother with an FCC lunch, so
I went to
moving
both.
on.
I went to both, but we'll move on.
Commitment. But I know that on the TV they didn't really talk too much about Jack Martin. It was just all of a sudden he was out, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not too serious.
I was Achilles. He didn't seem too upset.
He was
about
walking
the
like
game.
that,
Like
so-
he was.
But once again,
though,
it's not too serious. But once again, it's another 2 or 3 week injury. With Jack Martin. So I don't know. Moving on, but I just think that's.
I think we're dealing with it well though. Like when these players go out and Jack Martin's doing solid 2 goals in each game.
I think it's more the fact that it's Jack Martin.
It's Jack
missing
Martin.
more times.
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah.
And last year there was a lot of talk with Andrew Russell.
I think he's done great.
I think he's done fantastic.
Oh yeah,
he's
and the proof's in the pudding with guys like Matt Kennedy.
Yeah.
Matt Kennedy's always had the skill, but his fitness is nuts. The way he's covering the ground this year is like crazy.
Well, his third quarter was nuts.
But that's what's happened. Like last year, or back end of last year was better. But previously, he would not do that.
Yeah.
And that's fitness. That's
I think he's
what
done
it's
very well.
And unfortunately, with AFL, we hate to say it, but injuries do happen.
Yeah.
They do happen, so you can't bloody.
No one's
Playing
seen
the
it happen to us.
Yeah, exactly. But moving on, hopefully we get an inclusion this week of a very important player that we mentioned earlier, George Hewitt. He's a test for this week, but likely we just don't know. So I know that Speech mentioned it last week in the chat that maybe his return is going to be Sydney, but obviously we'll hope. We would love to have him back, but hopefully he makes his return this week against the Giants. But if not, he should return.
So that's the rumour you're hearing, yeah, Sydney?
That's what we're going
Swans
around.
game, yeah.
Versus his old side.
Yeah. So exactly. So what a return that would be.
So
But
run through Luke Parker.
yeah. And other than that, I just think it's just the usual ones like Omac, as we mentioned last week. He's out for the season, which is really unfortunate. Mitch McGovern, really unfortunate about that as well. But also other than that, there's no really massive updates.
Let's get back into some positives. That was a bit loud, wasn't it? Best on ground. Who'd you have for us, mate?
I mean, Charlie obviously very good, but Cripper, 35 touches, been over it, 10 clearances, 19 tests, 7 tackles, 3 of which were inside 50, which led the game for tackles inside 50, which is nuts for an inside ball. 12 score involvements and obviously 2 snags. Just Cripper does what Cripper does every week. You know what you're going to get, and beast Brownlow Crips.
Absolutely, mate.
Charlie Curnow for me, 21 touches with 6 goals. Terrific performance. I think just with his sort of his presence really inside forward 50 alongside Harry and Jack Savani. It's great to see that he's now starting to get some games together, and now we can actually see why he was such a highly rated forward when he was up and running in 2019.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you got for us?
Yeah, for me, I don't have anything down here, but I've got Cripper. I think clearly he set the tone early for mine, especially when he kicked his first goal. Got into the Haley, I believe, who was tagging him. That's just what skippers do, and that's what good skippers do. And based on the stats, Jesus Christ, mate, like the guy is nuts. He's better than he's ever been, in my opinion.
What was your favourite? I liked the handball to, I think it was Jack Savani with that goal. Like that was well weighted.
Yeah, it was
like
a good
the
snag
timing
too.
of
It was a good snag.
The goal was good, yeah.
I liked on the wing, I don't know who he handballed it to, and he ran through someone. He just let him know. I'm fucking Patrick Cripps. I'll try and find the video, but it's a good one, and the crowd just loved it. They loved it.
We loved it, did we? All right, beautiful. Charlie for mine, just because Cripper's only get it every week, so that's a different Charlie. We've been over it. I mean, it's been great for the position he plays, and just the things he's done was very, very good. All right, it's time.
You know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
Tell him.
Everyone's favourite part of the show. We've won by 48 points. I don't know what this guy's talking about. What can he talk about?
He's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Having him on the podcast in general is probably doing that. But
wow.
But anyway, speak up, Speechley. How are you, mate?
Well, what an intro. I'm feeling very welcomed. I feel like a valued member of this show. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. No worries. He's scraping the bottom of the barrel this week. I know I was very annoyed after the game. Obviously the emotion of the game. But I think it's been a couple of days now. A bit more settled. So not too much to complain about really, other than we didn't bury them by 100 points, which I mean, it should have happened. I'm disappointed. I'm going to hand in my membership because we didn't win by 100 points. Not good enough. The good teams would have won by 100 points. Not good enough. But no, I mean, you're really straight at the bottom of the barrel here. We played very well, obviously, fourth quarter. I think now, looking back at it with a bit more of a level head, we didn't get any injuries. That's the main part. We still won by a decent amount. Just want to break the duck of winning by 10 goals, I think. It's been too long since we won by 10 goals. We can't quite get there, but yeah, it's not really too much to say this week. Too much of a good team performance. Although back again on Mitch Cleary though, talking about Cripper.
Boy, oh boy.
So that's probably the thing that's pissed me off the most.
Mitch. Yeah, you're better than that.
Do better, please, Mitch. I know you're a massive watcher. Do better, thank you.
Yeah.
Alright. That's good. You might be not so bad after all. Alright. Now, we've got a few questions here, boys, so I'll keep it to 5 though. I'll keep it to 5.
Keep it to 5, yep.
Yeah. Alright. So, first question to you boys, and we're not going to go around this with everyone. If you have a good point to add, chuck her in there.
Yep.
Will Carroll keep his spot once Hewitt comes back?
Yes, for the time being, I think.
Yes.
In terms of in the 22, yes. In terms of where he's playing, no. But in terms of 22, yes.
What do you see changing there? Hewitt comes in?
Just less inside midfield minutes for Carroll, but
yeah.
Alright. This is a good one. So also thank you to Kane, a big watcher of the show, as we know.
Shout out.
Kate Khaled. Just let me know if I'm looking at that right.
Shout out.
Right. Who plays on Toby?
Ball won't be down there.
So we won't need to worry. Nick Newman.
Yeah, Newey. How good was he on the
Nick Newman
weekend?
for me.
He's been great this
Very
season,
good.
I think.
Very good.
He's usually a pretty, consistent.
Yeah.
He's worried if a certain number, 20? He's over his illness.
Boydie out. Boydie, see you later, back to the twos. Plowman back in. Plowman back in to ruck up Toby this week. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited.
Alrighty. I like Boyd, do you?
I like Plowman.
Yeah.
You do. Alright. Very important question. A couple of questions here actually from Ruben.bk. Thanks for the questions, mate.
Thanks, mate.
So who from the Blues would be on your starting basketball team, mate? Only 5.
Well, I'll start with point guard Owies. He's played basketball. He's almost made it professionally. The shooting guard. I don't know. It's too hard, mate. Yeah. Can't even think about it. I don't know how good these blokes are. Centre, I'd go Teddy K.
I'd go Pitt at centre.
Yeah, Pitt at centre.
Big, strong, down low on the post.
Yeah.
I'd have Fish at the 2.
You'd almost bring Murkoff on, mate, the big fella.
Yeah, because he'd
slam it down.
But back up centre. Cripper at the 3. And I don't know, big hate. Lewis Young at the 4.
Alright.
Over Wieners.
Thanks for the question, mate. Another one from you. We'll go through it. It's an important question.
Yep.
Fans need to know. Debate what's better, sausage rolls or meat pie. If you go on the we'll keep it the footy.
So you go on the footy and you got to pick one.
I know you're MCC, you probably have your cheese.
No, I have a pie. I'd pick a sausage roll. It's a bit easier to eat at the footy.
Alright.
Because meat pie just goes, could go.
And the meat top.
Alright, do you know...
Isn't that a good thing?
No, mate.
You want a cold? You want a frosty?
It burns me tongue. So I like the sausage roll.
Well, personally for me, 420 is not very good. From Tassie and had national players, you'd know the difference. But
I can't believe that. I cannot believe that.
What do you want to
I actually don't know what
grow from the ground or something?
No, if you compare them to where I come from, national pliers are the best. But if you haven't had them...
4 and 20.
Yeah, 4 and 20.
If you haven't had them, you can't really compare.
Well, I mean, I have had them, so I can compare. But 4 and 20 is
the way to go. Pie's a pie, mate. It's a plus.
And you can't go past the pie for me. Nah. Just one hand, eat it in. And if you know how to eat, then you're not going to stop it everywhere. So
so I don't get,
Well, personally, Captain's Club, I'd sort of the nachos or the parma or whatever.
He's too good for us.
Alright, how much have you each had on, obviously I'm not allowed to bet, but how much have you had on cricket to win the Brownlow?
None. I actually have a multi. I had 2 legs, Carlton made the finals, which is already ticked off. It's already they paid it out. And she did win the Brownlow, but
he's coming second half of the season. He's going to steal cricket start.
But that was done in Jan.
Yeah.
Before I got injured.
Yeah. I didn't have anything for Cripper at the start, but I put something recent for Brisbane to win the flag and Cripper to win the Brownlow.
Well,
It's a Carlton podcast, man. You can't say Brisbane win the flag.
Brizzy out, man. Come on.
I reckon.
The grand final's not in the Gabba, mate.
What do you mean West Coast
This
win the
year.
flag? What do you mean?
How much you got on that?
I don't bet, but yeah, I would have quite a bit on Cribber. Just easy money, really, if I did bet.
What, he was $41 before the Melbourne pre-season match. Went down to $7.50.
Just fair, the way you came back last year.
That's amazing, man.
Absolutely, obviously, we can't have a bet, but no, that's good. Alrighty. VFL was a disgrace, we've already touched on that. Killing it with members. Our members are phenomenal, we love them all. Not members of our podcast, members of the footy club.
We do love them.
Almost broken the
Not
record
both,
already.
There's not many of them. Yeah, you go. So we're only behind Richmond amongst Victorian clubs, as far as I'm concerned. Is that
Yep,
right?
that's correct. Yep.
Beautiful. Alright, it's pretty good effort though, isn't it? From a pretty average club.
We still haven't made finals yet.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying.
You wait till next year.
Add to the point, baby.
After we win the flag this year, imagine when we...
Bandwagons. Bloody bandwagons.
I hope we don't turn into like a Richmond and like we go up like 30 or 40,000. I hope because there's so many people like
base for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how many do we have? Did you say?
Over 80,000.
Jeez, you get 20 more out of that after a finals win or something like that.
When say Richmond, like I think like they went. I swear they went up
They
like.
all went up.
Nah, they were pretty loyal though.
They've always they've always been at the top. Same as the West Coast are working pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, boys. That's about it. Anything else to add there, Pat?
Nah, mate. All done. Covered everything.
Style?
Top 4, man.
Top 4, baby, especially.
Yeah, right. Keep going. Against the good teams, please.
Oh yeah, just one thing to touch on.
Oh, yeah.
All these people saying, Carlton haven't been a good team. What the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
They give us the fixture.
It's
like Vossi chose all these teams to verse the first 9 rounds. Like, turn it up. When we beat a good side in a few weeks, when we beat Sydney on the Friday night, everyone shut the fuck up.
I mean, to be fair, obviously Melbourne's a very good town. We know that, but they haven't really beaten anyone either. But no one's saying anything about that.
Yeah, but who cares? Like,
Exactly.
you gotta beat who you play.
Yeah.
And we have done it.
Yeah.
Apart from Gold Coast, but we'll move on.
So you can't beat that, alrighty. No, it's good. Alright. That's about it, boys. Thank you for watching as always, and if you're not already, like, subscribe, follow, do it all, you know the thing. And yeah.
It's your time to shine.
And as always, boys, up
Perfect.